What we are witnessing right now in the Indian economy is one of the longest spells of slowdown, 6 quarters and still counting. We haven't seen the end of this deceleration in the Indian economy, and this quarter may see a further fall from the 4.5% GDP growth that was experienced in the past quarter. The reason why we are in the grip of a slowdown is because 3 of the 4 engines of the economy are practically not functioning. Private investment is at a 40-year low. Consumption has been falling for the past 4 to 5 quarters. It started dropping about 6 quarters ago and has been particularly bad in the last 3 quarters. And exports for India have been flat since 2013. The only engine that seems to be working is public expenditure, and that is where the government comes in. Government puts in that money, and that's the only engine that's keeping the economy at about 4.5% of GDP growth right now. Now, this has serious social and socio-economic implications. Niti Aayog's own report on SDG goals has reported that poverty has worsened. That poverty has worsened in 22 states of the country, and income inequality has worsened in 25 states in the country. The question is, how does the economy get out of such a situation? Now, anytime there's a slowdown, global examples will tell you that the government has to take the lead. Public expenditure has to rise. However, Government of India is constrained in this area because government's own revenues have failed to take off because of the slowdown in economy and the 2 key shocks to the economy from demonetization and GST. As a result of that, the government is actually curtailing expenditure instead of increasing expenditure, which it should be doing to prop up the economic growth. In the last quarter of this financial year, government is actually going to reduce expenditure, public expenditure, by 2 lakh crore. In normal years, government spends about 30 to 33% of its budgeted expenditure in the last quarter. However, in this financial year, it's only going to keep it at 25%. So there's a 2 lakh crore cut in public expenditure, which is going to have a serious impact on the recovery, because the recovery would be delayed by that long, which basically means that the first push to economic growth from the government side, from public expenditure side, is going to happen in the first quarter of next financial year, which is April to June, which essentially means that the recovery process may take anything between 6 to 8 quarters from then. Basically, India is going to see a very slow and painful path to recovery, which may take up to 2 years. It's only in the 3rd year from here on that we could see India returning to 8+% rate of growth of GDP that we used to experience about 3 years ago. On the socio-economic front, there is considerable debate going on right now about whether the current protests against the CAA and the NRC in the college campuses has anything to do with the fact that the Indian economy is not creating enough jobs, and the frustration of the youth is manifesting itself in these protests.